Around 14 million Brits travel to Spain every year, and over 1 million of us make a beeline for Benidorm.
I think Benidorm is an amazing place. It's got something for everyone.
All bowls you can have, food, cheap as chips. What's more to want?
Benidorm to me is heaven.
But a 2-week high-rise holiday isn't enough for everyone. Thousands of Brits have ripped up their return tickets and made Benidorm their permanent home.
There she is. There's Benidorm. Love it, hate it. That's home.
This is where I live. This is home to me now.
Isn't it marvellous? Nothing to do and all day to do it in.
With a constant stream of new arrivals hoping to get double the life for half the money,
You could live a millionaire's lifestyle with nothing, really, you know what I mean?
there will always be bargain-loving Brits in the sun. Coming up, one Essex couple risk their savings buying a bar.
We are nervous. We are taking on a lot, we know that.
And it's a baptism of fire.
We're not ready. And if I wouldn't have been here tonight, it would have been a disaster.
A hen night heats up.
Ben, have you ever done a grab a granny?
I've not, no.
Yeah, well, your night thing tonight, love.
And when the Benidorm dream turns sour, someone has to pick up the pieces.
Oh, God. I think something died in here.
Expats come to Benidorm for its highs and lows. High temperatures, low cost of living. And many Brits land with dreams of owning a business in the sun. But the stakes are high. Some hit the jackpot, others hit the skids.
Be under no illusions, it's not easy to survive here. And if you're not a bit resilient, you won't survive here.
Arriving to chase his dream is 58-year-old magician Barry Harvey. He's taken the plunge, grabbed his magic wand and come to Benidorm to try and find work. He's handed over 900 quid to rent a room for 2 months, and the clock is ticking on his quest for success.
This is it. It's not massive, but I'm on my own, so I don't need a massive space. I am a magician.
I want you to say stop as I riffle through.
I have danced in the past, but with the middle age spread, the dancing's kind of gone out the window now.
Well, I found the 4 aces. Very good.
I haven't seen too many magicians out here, so I think there's a hole in the market there.
Barry's left his wife at home in Southend while he tries to crack Benidorm.
We said, OK, let's give it 2 months, and then at a later stage we'll just sell the house and we'll both move out here.
Simple in theory, but in practice, decamping to Benidorm is a daunting move.
It's a big risk moving out here. The stakes are definitely high. I mean, I'm 58 now. I'm stepping way out of my comfort zone here, especially making this massive move. Really, it's a step into the unknown. So, quite literally, anything could happen in the next few weeks.
It'll be a neat trick if he can pull it off. Another couple risking it all for a midlife move to the sun are Mick and Karen Coburn from Essex.
This is just the last of 127
Yeah,
boxes that came
packed from the UK. We've been here just about a month and a half now, and with views all over Benidorm and sort of back towards the mountains.
See where the loo's positioned, you can actually sit on the toilet and look across to Benidorm. But 12 floors up, no one can see, so hey.
The reason for the upheaval? 52-year-old Mick and 46-year-old Karen have taken the biggest gamble of their lives, spending their savings on one of the town's 2,000 bars, the popular Showboat Cabaret Bar.
The help has arrived, girls.
The Showboat was built up from scratch by workaholic expat Wayne Wright.
There you go, my darling. I serve every single table myself. I take all their orders and check everything's all right.
Working around the clock every hour of the day.
How are you on these starters? Are we up to date?
Wayne's turned the Showboat into a thriving business.
Whoa!
Turning over £750,000 every year.
Mash roast, chips, a jacket.
But the incessant work
2 glasses of red.
and stress that comes with it have taken their toll on Wayne.
If I have to say mash roast, chips to jacket one more time, I'm going to pull my hair out.
And after getting several offers, he's just sold up to Mick and Karen.
Do you want me to sign first?
Yeah, you go first then.
That's it, Mick. You're a condemned man. Right, give us a kiss, you miserable bugger.
But the couple have never run a bar before. Mick was a transport manager back in England and Karen ran a fish spa company.
This heat is just unreal.
They actually bought the showboat on a whim.
I got talking to Wayne, and then it came up that he was thinking of selling. I sort of just said, yeah, we'll buy it.
And there we are.
Karen's 3 daughters from a previous marriage have also moved over to help run the bar. It's a massive risk for the whole family.
We are nervous. We are taking on a lot, we know that.
The family have all mucked in to spruce the place up.
I knew I was destined for great things, I tell you. You do have to make changes, you do have to stay on the ball. That's where some bars do go wrong. They open and they close, they put no effort in.
If run well, as Wayne has proved, the showboat is a money spinner. But with the captain gone, will the ship stay afloat? And more importantly, will the crowd still come? The Cobans will find out soon enough when the business relaunches in 3 days' time. Building a profitable business in Benidorm isn't easy, but 2 people who've made a success of it are expats Paul Smith and Brian Mountney. 10 years ago, they were working out here as holiday reps. But they spotted a way to make money out of people coming to party. Stag and hen do's a big business in Benidorm. Around 100,000 revellers pour in for a pre-wedding party every year. And there are 3 simple reasons they come.
It's cheap, it's hot, and it's 2.5 hours away from home.
It's cheaper to come to Benidorm on a flight, stay up, than it is to go in the UK.
I wanted to come away with all my mates in the sun, and it costs you hardly anything. Do you know what I mean? It's on your doorstep.
And today, a party of 10 hens has just flown in from Liverpool.
Right, girls, if you'd like to follow me.
On reception duty is 21-year-old rep Ben.
Big welcome to Benidorm. Who is our hen? Sarah. Here we are, Sarah. That's for yourself. Chilled for you. All right.
Ben moved to Benidorm 5 months ago.
I was actually working as a car salesman. I was earning good money and everything, but I was working 6 days a week, sat in a showroom for 11 hours a day. And to me, there's things that are more important than that.
Ben might no longer be a car salesman, but he's still got the patter.
When you're out at night, if you like to wear a handbag, keep it across your shoulders, keep your flaps tucked in.
It's been a busy 12 months for the company.
We've carried nearly 10,000 stag and hens this year. That's 500-600 people every week.
And it's the start of yet another crazy weekend. Brian's met a group of 21 stags off a Gatwick flight.
When the groups arrive, we never know what we're going to get. Sometimes they fall off the bus half drunk, sometimes they're quite sober. In there, you've got a little card, it will save your life a bit later on.
This is for tonight, when anyone gets a little bit too drunk, can't find their way home.
It says on it, take me home. I'm staying in the Hotel Gala Placidia.
Just lick it, stick it to your forehead, and that'll tell a taxi driver where to get you back to.
It's a quick group photo if you can get in. This is the calm before the storm. Right then, boys, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Wicked. Boom!
Do we not have glasses?
Very uncouth.
They were a lively bunch, so they all had a few drinks on the plane, obviously. One lad was asking for a pair of wire cutters because he couldn't get the padlock off his suitcase. But on the whole, nice lad, yeah.
All is quiet, but it probably won't stay calm for long. Budget-conscious Brits in Benidorm can't get enough of campsite life. Thousands of expats live in caravan communities, like little bits of Blighty, but with sun. It's perfect until the summer heat starts to turn caravans into cookers on wheels.
It's nice up to July, and then it just gets too hot.
It's too hot for us, so we won't be here all July, all August.
To save money, many owners store their caravans off-site until their return, and running one of the largest parking compounds is 63-year-old Geordie John Anderson.
Good afternoon, Stones Parking. In this yard, everything comes and goes every day. We store caravans, we repair caravans, we store boats, we store motorbikes. Anybody who wants to pay the money can have their things in here, OK?
John's a long-time resident of Benidorm.
Hola, my name, John.
And he's had his share of tough times.
I've struggled for 30 years here, and I've been like had nothing, not a penny in the world, and partners who've disappeared with money and everything else, so it hasn't been easy.
Caravans are John's bread and butter.
The caravans pay the bills. So basically, if you keep the caravan side of it right, then you live free.
But his real passion is rock and roll.
Other people collect stamps, I collect guitars, simple as that.
John's played tribute to some music legends.
I did a stint with Shawari Wari for a while.
But that's not all. Tartan out, girls.
And then I got the job with the Bay City Rollers. They asked me to join the tour for 6 months, which is what I did.
But John's more of a rocker than a roller.
I'm a bit of a rock guitarist. It was a chapter in my life I did, and I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, every night. But you can't stand still.
Even though his glory days are behind him, John still loves to play occasional gigs around Benidorm.
This is me noddy holder slate hat. Not for 1 minute am I going to be discovered. I'm over the hill, but I still have a passion.
Nowadays, life for John is more about touring caravans than touring with the band. Today he's returning one to a campsite.
Okie dokie wokey, off with Johnny Willy Gooey. To store a caravan in here, it's about €450 a year. To pull a caravan from England down here and then drive back, you're talking about up to 1,500. So you've got a good €1,000 to spend on your holiday, and you don't have the stress of getting it on and off a boat.
But as they arrive at the campsite, there's a bit of a hitch.
Is that it there? This is where you park my bike. You know you can't come on here. I've got my bike parked here.
Oh, yes, he can.
We'll leave his keys in the reception as we go out the gate. Job done, finished.
At their office in the centre of town, bosses Paul and Brian are dealing with the day-to-day problems that come hand in hand with having hundreds of stags and hens in town.
The stag was dressed in a wedding dress and he was really, really drunk. All his mates were trying to strip him, trying to take his dress off. He thinks he's left his bag on the bus, basically. So, is it possible you could call the driver just to see if he's got the bag, and then we can hopefully try and reunite him with his bag?
We're looking for one of our guests who we believe has got a broken ankle. He was taken in an ambulance last night.
This is kind of a everyday occurrence in this kind of industry, in Benidorm. This is what the groups get up to. They sometimes lose their bags, their phones, their passports, their friends, things like this. And it's just, we just try our best to try and resolve the situations as they arrive.
Lost passports are one thing. Lost people are a far greater cause for concern.
I've called the police stations. We received a call from a group of guys. They all went out last night, and one of them still isn't back yet, and it's getting on for 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So they're a little bit concerned, so we have to ring the police stations and then move on to the hospitals to see if they're about at all.
The search for the stag begins. It's a hugely important day for magician Barry Harvey. He's trying to find work in Benidorm, and time is running out.
I gave myself 2 months at the start. I've now got just over 3 weeks left. It's getting close to make or break time.
Today, he's got a meeting at one of the biggest campsites, Villamar, with entertainment boss Graham Boland. A contract here could be a lifeline for Barry, so he really needs to magic up a great impression from Graham.
One of the things I do when I'm wandering on tables is to show them this, which is not terribly exciting, until I sort of just kind of click this down here like this. And instead of leaving them with a little string of beads, I actually leave them with a little dog.
Very good.
Not sure you've wowed him, Barry. Time to bring out the big guns.
I also got some special napkins that I brought in.
It looks just like a napkin to me.
Yeah.
It's going to be a red rose, isn't it?
Yeah. And you can give them a flower.
I like that one.
Yeah. A nice little giveaway for them.
Very good.
Not exactly a showstopper.
What might be good for you is, if you was to come up here one evening, you can see the kind of audience that you're going to work with. We definitely need a children's entertainer. If we could put a puppet show or a magic show together for the kids, I'd book it, not a problem. I don't know what finance you're looking at, but it varies from €50 right up to €120, depending what it is.
In the UK, Barry's minimum fee is £200 a show. Getting 35 quid would be a massive pay cut, but it's typical for Benidorm.
But yeah, I am definitely interested.
Brilliant, thank you.
But
Okay.
Once again, thanks ever so much.
Yeah, thanks for your
Appreciate
time.
it. If you can put the right show together, then he's got 2 or 3 months' work here. I will. I'll help the guy out. It's not nice coming to Benidorm and not having any help. It's hard, especially in the entertainment game. It really, really is hard.
It's a huge opportunity for Barry, but he'll have to conjure up something special at his audition. Across town, it's a nervous occasion for the Coburn family. Their opening night as new owners of the Showboat Bar.
It's not that, I suppose, just so they realise, I suppose, there's been a bit of a change of ownership, but it's going to be sort of, the venue's going to stay much the same.
I just want people to see us as a family, that we haven't made loads of changes, like all the rumour mills that have been going round.
Gossiping and the famous Benidorm grapevine has been a bit of an issue for the new owners.
Karen had one sort of laughable experience where she was sitting in the hairdressers. A woman started, oh, have you heard what they're doing down at the Showboat? The new owners are going to do this, going to do that. And Karen just sort of piped up across, said, oh, like, where have you heard that from? She went, oh, I was talking to the new owner. And she said, well, I don't know where you've heard that from, because I am the new owner. And this woman sort of abruptly sort of went bright red and shut up and didn't say no more, kind of thing. Well, I just got to go and get some change for the till.
Buying a new business in a new country has thrown up lots of challenges.
Very hectic, hair pulling at times. It's been a learning curve, and I think obviously it's a big business we've taken on in Benidorm.
It's a bit bigger, more hectic than I think we all realise it is, but we're all slowly finding our feet and our way around.
Tonight, Karen's daughters Abby and Hayley are helping out inside, whilst 18-year-old Danielle will be outside trying to lure in the punters.
Oh, I'm feeling so excited about tonight, and hopefully it'll run so smoothly. I would never thought in a million years that we'd be doing this, but I'm so happy that we are.
But so far, it's very quiet. An empty bar is making Mick and Karen nervous.
Another half an hour and it'll be packed.
They've sold their house to pay for their move to Benidorm, and for the sake of the whole family, the bar has to remain popular, but will anyone turn up? Barry the Magician's back at Camping Villamar for his big chance to shine. Entertainment boss Graham's interested, but he needs to see if Barry can captivate his customers first.
It's an unpaid audition, really. But as I'm totally unknown out here, I'm going to have to do a few of these to just kind of get my foot in the door.
My name's Barry. Come to join you for a couple of minutes.
You really have to pull out a real knockout punch when you're doing an audition in order to get yourself remembered.
So the puzzle is, how on earth did I manage to thread your ring onto the rope? Did you know that you have a little guardian fairy who looks after you all the time?
No.
Barry's income from magic back home is massively unpredictable. Success tonight could mean a brand new life.
The wife and I are under a fair bit of stress back in England. We're not stupid, we know we're going to have to work whilst we're out here. I don't want to be a millionaire, I don't want fame. I just want a gentle, relaxed lifestyle away from the hassle that seems to have in the UK.
But in order to relocate, Barry must win regular work.
You've got a cheeky one.
A weekly spot at Villamar will be a lifeline, and that means he needs to have dazzled his audience and Graham.
I think I should get some pretty good feedback. I pulled out a lot of the big guns tonight.
I was actually predicting the backs, because those are the only 2 backs in the whole deck which are the same.
Just leave them wanting more. That was the key thing this evening, leave them wanting more.
At his office, MD Paul's had some news about the missing Stag.
Is he back? So what happened to him? OK, but he's kind of free of injury and he's back safe and sound and in one piece. Thanks for letting us know. Thanks, bye-bye. He's turned up, so there's a shocker. Basically, he's just got back in now. His phone ran out of battery. He was pretty wasted last night. Ended up copping off with a girl down the square. Couldn't remember where he'd stayed, but fortunately, he did have one of our lost cards in his wallet. Handed it to the taxis, brought them straight back. So he's back all safe and sound in one piece. Obviously, be a bit hungover, but I'm sure he's got plenty of stories to tell the rest of his mates.
Drama over, the two bosses take time out for a kickabout at Brian's home, which is 10 minutes outside the town, but a world away from the craziness of the company.
I used to live in Benidorm, and it's a bit of a madhouse, and you end up going out every night and it all gets a bit crazy. But, you know, I've been here like nearly 18 years now, and it's nice to just get in the car, leave it behind and just relax at home. The lifestyle out here for ourselves is fantastic. It's a brilliant place for bringing up children. The kids are both bilingual because they were born here, and it's just a great place for children to be brought up, basically.
Another family hoping for an idyllic lifestyle in the Spanish sun are the Cobans from Essex. And thankfully for them, at their opening night in the Showboat Cabaret Bar, the first punters have at last started to rock up.
Stress-wise, on a scale of 1 to 10, I was probably, at the moment, I'm about 6 or 7. Half hour ago, I was probably at a 10.
As the bar fills up, Mick and Karen start to relax.
Here's to a good night.
In the restaurant, there's a very familiar face.
Good evening, girls. Can I help you?
Hiya.
Hiya.
We've never been here before, so...
Oh, so you're virgins?
What type of food do you do?
Well, I'll show you the menu, darling.
Previous owner Wayne Wright built the place up from scratch after buying the site, a derelict disco, 4 years ago. But he decided to sell up to Mick and Karen after the endless hours began to take their toll.
I feel if I carry on doing 24/7, I'm just going to burn out and crash, so it's time to take it easy.
Selling his bar was a tough decision for Wayne, but tonight he's offered to help out in the restaurant.
It's a big night tonight, but a bit out of practice at restaurant now, you know, it's new staff here and whatnot, so it's all a little bit different tonight.
It seems Wayne might have forgotten he's no longer the boss.
Right, check on 2 New Yorkers, a pasta bolognese, a side of chips, chicken in pepper, a fajitas, a Levi's, a burgers, no cheese, scampi chips and mushy peas and a rib. Down with us before you?
As the restaurant fills up and the workload increases, Wayne becomes frustrated.
Different routine to when I was here, but we're getting there. Tonight I've seen staff behind the bar, which wasn't my staff, new staff, handling cutlery at the top. They thought, where you eat, you can't handle cutlery like that. Yeah, you can't ever touch the top of it. You do, you just pull it out with your hand and that's in front of the customers. Another part left. Wash it again, you know, you can't do it. Thank you. It's just strange being in here, you know, it's like everything was so bum, 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 and now it's lacking that bum, bum, if you know, so it's a bit tough. Why is the napkins all wet in that thing? Just very disorganised, you know, and no one seems to know what they're doing. So it's been quite impossible out there. How the kitchen's coped, I don't know.
The opening needs to be a huge success, but with the night still young, will disharmony spoil the party? Benidorm's reputation for being hot, cheap and cheerful make it a mecca for stag and hen do's. And for one party of hens from London, it's all systems go. These girls have no intentions of being angelic. In fact, they've just got one thing on their minds.
Drink, 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 and more drink. And maybe afterwards you might have a drink.
The average group size would be about 13, 14 people in each hen or stag party. And then of an average week, we probably carry about 30 to 40 groups. So we are carrying thousands of people in quite a short season.
43-year-old Lisa Ratcliffe is a Tesco's delivery driver back home. Daughter Danielle, who works for a furniture company, has organised the trip.
I've planned it for my mum. She's getting married. Yeah, it's all for her, basically. Buy one, get one free.
For just shy of 300 quid, the group have got flights, accommodation, escorted entertainment and bodyguard thrown in, courtesy of young rep Ben.
Hello, nice to meet you. Is it Danielle? Nice to meet you. I'm Ben. And I'm gonna guess, yeah, could work that out. So has everybody had themselves a shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a shot, yeah? Well, you're in for an eye-opener. You'll enjoy it.
They're in for an eye-opener.
Right.
Who knows what's gonna happen tonight? That one over there's no angel.
The outfit's alive.
Ben's boss is known from experience that wheeling and dealing is now the norm for canny Brits.
We can tell now that the Brits do really love a bargain. They're trying to ask for things to be thrown in. Can we do anything on the price of the hotel? What can they get? All right, if we know it's a set price, but what else can you include? So they're pushing you every step of the way. But I think that's kind of how it is now. People are always looking for a bargain.
Would you like a day card?
Oh, no, to cube down the front of the nearest man's trousers.
Sorry, mate.
No, calm you down.
Coming in, girl.
Ben, have you ever done a grab a granny?
I've not, no.
Yeah, well, you're night thing tonight, love.
Looks like it could be a long night for our Ben. Mick and Karen Coben are risking everything by putting their savings into buying the Showboat Cabaret Bar. But thankfully for them, their opening night as the new owners has drawn a decent crowd.
So far, halfway through the night, it's going really well. We're now packed out in the cabaret bar, and so I couldn't have wished for better. I'm smiling, I'm happy.
One person who isn't smiling is former owner Wayne Wright.
It's been stressful tonight, really stressful. There's too many people huddled behind the bar, looking busy, achieving nothing. I mean, this isn't even busy to what we normally are in summer, but there's just no organisation. They're not ready. And if I wouldn't have been here tonight, it would have been a disaster. Karen, can you go and clear blue 7 for me, please? I don't think Karen's happy, though, because I've made her clear a table. It needed doing. I'm running around, everyone's busy, and you just can't muck in, you know, and get it done.
But Karen's on orders not to overdo it. She has a chronic back problem.
I know I'm meant to take it a lot easier. With the surgery I have, I'm probably not meant to do half of what I do, but I am sort of those that sort of, unless I am literally cannot move, then I will keep going until I get to that stage. I do what I can when I can.
Wayne's glam cabaret show was a highlight for many visitors to the Showboat.
Hola!
Mick and Karen have asked him to continue performing at the bar, even though they realise having him close after selling up could lead to friction.
I suppose we're lucky that we've still got Wayne that's working 4 nights a week for us. We've still got his expertise there.
He's a strong personality, and there are going to be clashes.
There's bound to be. It's been hard for him. It's his baby, this business. He's brought it up from nothing.
All right, love.
Wayne's performing later, and he heads downstairs to get into character. But he's not handling the handover of his business well.
I've been more nervous about today than any other day ever in the Showboat, even my own opening and everything. I'm thinking, oh, all sorts could go wrong, and I'm thinking, I don't like it. Now, if I was in control, I knew it couldn't go wrong because I'd have a plan A, a plan B and a plan C. Any shape, you need a captain in control.
Across town, Rep Ben is in control, but only just. His gaggle of hens are 3 hours and 3 venues into their bar crawl. And they're setting the town alight, quite literally.
Gotta give it some welly on this.
But bar crawls aren't for the bosses. Paul and Brian prefer to hit the golf course.
Oh! We just come down here, let off a bit of steam. Yeah, we just take it a bit easier and let the 20-year-old reps do their thing, and it's their cup of tea, they like it. We're not very good at drinking either. I'm in my mid-40s now, and I'm getting to an age where sometimes a night in is probably as much fun as a night out.
As you can see, things are getting started now.
We've got 30 groups this weekend alone in Benidorm, so there's a lot of people. We've got about 500 people in town. There's a lot that could go wrong. There's a lot going on. You might see some of them a bit worse for wear.
I'm taking Ben home tonight.
And they'll stay out till 5 in the morning. They'll just wake up tomorrow and do it all again.
The low prices and large measures can be a dangerous cocktail.
When it's costing them, say, €3 for a vodka and coke, which is then buy one, get one free, and it's got twice the measure what you get back home, you see what I mean? You can come out with €30, get yourself, what's that, 10 vodka and cokes, buy one, get one free, that's 20.
We've probably spent about €10. That's it. 20 max. It's been a really good night.
Ethan.
Best man won.
Kiss it. Kiss the champs club. Hang on. Loser does the ball.
These boys have a good thing going. Keen and eager reps doing the graft.
Speed up.
While they have a wild ride.
People say, yeah, would you say you live in the dream out here? I would say so. It's 35 degrees in the daytime, it's 25 degrees at night. It's really cheap living out here. We see some brilliant people, everyone's in a good mood, and it's just like that whole holiday environment. So, yeah, it's not all bad. I've had worse jobs.
Brian's not the only fan of the town.
I love Benidorm!
This is normal dresses for Benidorm.
Yeah, that's a common sight in Benidorm. They love the fancy dress.
Are they jellyfish?
The night's been a success.
We have had one of the best nights out ever.
And Ben's feeling the love.
He's top rep, right? He's young, he's out here living the life. He does his every night, every other night.
Pretty much.
Every night. He does a great job.
But his party's started to wilt.
People want to go home, a little bit too drunk.
There's a few here that I'm sure will be out until the early hours in the morning, keeping the party going. But it's been a long day for a lot of them, so a couple are ready to call it time for home.
One party animal's definitely got some gas left in the tank.
So, Ben, you coming back to my room tonight?
At the showboat, Wayne's transformation is complete.
Right, it's time to hand over. So hard to say goodbye, my love. Come on, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got loads to get through tonight. Well, I'm going to introduce you now, ladies and gentlemen, to my new bosses. Come on, nice round of applause. The Covans, ladies and gentlemen. Mick, I think, would like to say a few words, wouldn't you? Would you? Yeah, go on. You can use the script if you like, though.
Just a few words. I'd like to welcome everybody to the showboat. Myself, Karen, Hayley, Abby and Danielle want to personally thank all the staff and entertainment teams for all their help, support and hard work they do here at the showboat. Thank you very much.
You missed a bit off the bottom This is incredible writing. Look, what does that say at the bottom there? P.S. as well as thank you. We're going to give all the staff double payment from now on in. There you go, it said. Can you not see it? Invisible ink. I've got 300 witnesses now, Mick. It's a done deal. Ladies and gentlemen, what about Mick and Karen Caravan? Give them a nice round of applause.
As the evening draws to a close, what's the verdict?
It's gone really well. We're really, really chuffed.
I think the gamble's definitely paid off. I suppose, like we say, it's still
early days, but yeah, I think we've.
Perhaps ask us at the end of the year and see what we sort of say then, but just bigger than our wildest dreams, really.
Yeah, it's true.
Speech was nice. Was you nervous?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you know me, I don't do stages and microphones very often, but yeah, it's just I just wanted to take something from us as a family.
Remember, every ship needs a captain.
Yeah.
And without
That's
a captain, it's going to go afloat.
Yeah, rudderless.
Well, there you go.
Get you.
Yeah.
Able seaman, Mick. Hey.
Benidorm is a playground with round-the-clock fun and festivity. Former rocker John Anderson has had his share of the rock and roll lifestyle, but now he's happy to live a gentler life. The late nights have been replaced by early mornings walking the dogs.
This is the best part of the day, when that sun starts to come up. You could be hard up, you could have no money, but that doesn't cost anything.
John doesn't just store caravans, he buys and sells them too. And today he's looking at one that's been abandoned in a hurry.
Well, the smell hits you straight away. Damn me.
If you can buy it cheap and sell it on, it could be a nice little earner. But it doesn't appear to be in great nick.
Oh, God. I think something died in here.
You know, I'm a bit of a tramp, but I do actually go to the toilet instead of bottles down the back there. Would you want to sleep in there? Bennett, look at it. This is how we find these caravans. It's like the Mary Celeste could have just gone and left everything. Even if you were here, you know, and you were living, you wouldn't, can you imagine inviting somebody in for a drink? God, Bennett, there's nothing we can do with this caravan. This caravan is basically scrap. People come over here and they think it's, they're buying their dreams. But this is a prime example of when it's gone wrong.
Lots of people say that Benidorm is where the magic happens. But that's not the case for 58-year-old Barry Harvey. He's heard back from entertainment boss Graham at Camping Villamar following his audition earlier in the week. Unfortunately, he didn't get any summer work.
It was a bit of a downer, to put it politely. I was kind of hoping it would come through. The initial plan was to give it 2 months, but things haven't worked out as well as I wanted. I just really don't know where I am from one minute to the next at times. Emotionally, it's just all over the place. Financially, I've come to the end of the budget.
Barry's grand finale? A disappearing act.
I've taken the decision to go back to England temporarily, and I stress it is temporarily. I have every intention of coming back out here. The plan at the moment is to carry on hassling the contacts I have here, and hopefully later in the year there should be some work coming up.
Barry's one disillusioned illusionist, but he isn't giving up.
Generally in life, I'm an optimist, and I'm going to keep plugging away. I'll be back.
At Stone's parking depot, it's all hands on deck cleaning the caravans. But boss and former roller John Anderson has other fish to fry. John still loves performing and plays occasional gigs around Benidorm. And tonight, he'll be squeezing into his leather jacket once again.
We're here in Camping Benisol. It's the first time I've ever played with this guitarist tonight. So he's a very good guitarist, but we haven't practiced or anything, so it's ad-lib from the word go. We'll be ad-libbing it.
The caravans are his livelihood, but John's real passion is playing live music, and he's brought enough kit to rig Wembley Stadium.
If you don't do all the preparation, you're the same as everybody else. A guy who stands there with a guitar and strums to backing tracks, fine, great. If that's what you want to do, do it. But not me, I've been doing it too many years to be doing that.
With everything set up and prepped, John heads for home. He'll return later this evening for a night of rock and roll. John might be gearing up for a big night, but looking forward to winding down is former showboat owner Wayne Wright. He's looking to splash some cash from the sale of his bar on a plush new home for him and partner Des on the outskirts of town, where the pace of life is a little less frenetic. Property is generally cheaper out here than in the UK. 3-bedroom homes average around 170 grand in Benidorm, but it looks like house number 1 is coming up short.
Fitted wardrobes, back view.
The view is okay, isn't it? But for a master, it's very small, isn't it?
Local estate agent Amanda Penalba has found 3 properties for them to view.
Went to office and says, Amanda, I've sold the showboat, darling. I need you to find me a house. She said, well, what are you looking for? And I said, well, Amanda, you know me, you sold my last house, so you know exactly what I love. And that was it. I've got to have an area for the dogs. I've got to have peace and quiet because I'm not a great fan of noise. Privacy. Des would love a swimming pool, but I'm prepared to meet a compromise on that.
Kitchen as well, nice kitchen.
Oh, kitchen's very important.
Just a tiny wish list then. So how does property 1 shape up?
I'm not loving it, Amanda, I'm hating it.
Say what you think, Wayne. Although Wayne and Des live together at the moment, this will be the first place they've jointly owned.
The stage of our relationship where it's now time to buy something that was ours. We decided we're going to buy a property together, our first home. So that's more important to us than anything.
The sale of his beloved bar has taken a lot out of Wayne.
Oh, my worst colour in the world, pink.
And suddenly stopping work after doing 16-hour days, 7 days a week, has been tough.
Recently, it has been a stressful time, if I'm honest. I think when you go from working so hard, working so fast, to stopping, it can be a little difficult.
Oh, Des, have you seen that bathroom? It's not for us, is it, kid? No. Definitely not.
2 properties binned, 1 to go.
Oh, I'm loving it. I love the staircase. I love it. Oh my God, I love the place. Oh, I could see us getting married and end up living in here. Happily ever after. Des, I love it. Give me the contract and I'll sign it now.
It looks like Wayne might have found the house of his dreams. Could this be the start of a brand new life outside the fast lane for once?
I think because we've been going 100 mile an hour for the last few years with the showboat, it's going to be a welcome relief to take some time for each other to move forward together. I'm looking forward to it.
We've got an offer in mind and we'll see if it's accepted, but I can't tell you what it is because the gentleman doesn't discuss money. If they accept the offer, well, we'll be in here this time next month, won't we? Yeah. Happy days.
Tonight, ex-rocker John Anderson's rolling back the years. Caravans might pay the bills, but performing gives the thrills.
Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to hit the floor? Are you ready to shake your body?
John's playing with fellow guitarist and fellow Geordie, Simon Adams.
I'm a session guitarist. I've been all over the world. I come to Spain for a holiday. I did an audition for a laugh. Drunk one night and got a job. I flew over with one guitar, and that was 2.5 years ago.
We have to work. We have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. We have to do the caravans. We have to wash caravans, everything else. That is the bread and butter which pays for all of this. But this is the passion.
It doesn't matter how much money you have, you could never buy what we have. You can't give it away, and it can't be taken from us.
Unfortunately for the guys, tonight's turnout is a little thin.
If you look at the audience, it looks like the crematorium or the embalming salon, but we're going to enjoy ourselves.
For John and Simon, tonight's not about the size of the crowd or the paycheck.
And what would we normally get paid? 200 euros, if you like. Now it's all about stuff the money, let's have some fun. Hey man, it's rock and roll. End of. Simple.
Please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Simon Adams on guitar.
It might not be headlining at Glastonbury, but John still gets a kick out of being on stage. And in a place where everyone is chasing a dream and many never achieve it, he's definitely one of the lucky ones.
I get a big adrenaline buzz out of walking on the stage. You can take all the booze and all the drink and all the drugs you want to take, but you can't beat that. It's 100% absolutely fabulous.
And tonight, at least, the crowd are up and on their feet. Next time on Bargain-Loving Brits in the Sun, Benidorm bar owner Tad Crocker runs into trouble.
The police came, so we got closed down, but I've got to get this bar open.
And it's a dog's life for man's best friend.
You take your rubbish and people have dumped them in bins. It's heartbreaking.